Week 2 of Unlock Your Shoulders, where I teach your spine, your shoulder blades, and your shoulder how to work independently and together to maximize the internal environment you need for healthier shoulder. If you haven't seen week 1, go see it, because I will explain in depth why these 3 things are important when it comes to your shoulder health. On top of that, it's important for you to do week 1 so you get an idea of how to progress in the exercises that we're doing in week 2. If it's your first time seeing me, hi, my name is Ravi, and I help humans feel better by incorporating a very important layer of strength training that you're probably not incorporating in your life right now, which is joint-specific strength training. Strength training in the ranges of motion we don't necessarily go to on a day-to-day basis in our modern lives, in the training that we do. So we lose those ranges of motion. So when you do this, I promise you, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna move better, you're gonna be less stiff, you're gonna be more supple. Check out my Instagram at The Supple Athlete, where I share tons of bite-sized information, what it really is that I'm teaching. And if you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, because your joints depend on it. Now enough talking, let's get into it. You're gonna get your arms all the way up. One arm 10, one arm 2. And then drive them gently into the floor. Your fists are kind of gently driving into the floor. And then we're gonna do elevation of the scapula and depression in this position. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna gently drive this all the way up, shrug your shoulder blades up, and hold that position. And notice what it feels like. And then, without involving your elbows or anything, drive your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Don't lose the pressure you have with your fists towards the ground. Don't try to overextend the spine, just use the shoulder blades and notice what this feels like. And then relax. Now, we're gonna go through a couple of repetitions in elevation and depression. And then we're gonna do some holds. So both of your fists, gently drive them into the floor. And you don't need to go max effort here, just a gentle push. Then we're gonna do 5 reps. Let's go elevate. And depress. Squeeze. Elevate. Depress, squeeze, 2. Elevate. Depress, 3. Elevate. Depress, 4. Elevate. Depress, 5. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna hold it. So I'm gonna time us, okay? We're gonna drive it up, not our max effort, at 30% of your effort, and we're gonna just hold it up for a minute. Then we're gonna drive it down, 30% of our effort, hold it there for a minute. All right, let's go. So drive it all the way up. And we're gonna hold it here. Don't try to involve the spine, just the shoulder blades reaching up. You're shrugging this up, not at your max effort, just 30%, and just maintaining that position. If this causes you pain, you can open up and widen a little bit, right? If this causes impingement or anything, or you can go as wide as you need to, right? Really feel the shoulder blade moving. This is why week 1 of doing this is important, because you got to train movement of your shoulder blades for a couple of sessions. Now you understand when I'm saying, hey, elevate the shoulder blades without really involving the spine. Okay, now we're gonna drive the shoulder blades down to our back pockets. It's the depression position. So from here, let's just drive down and squeeze for a whole minute. You're gonna hold it. Maintain it. Maintain it. And relax. Now, the next thing we do is for the spine, what we're gonna do. Now, for the spine, I'm gonna have you go here. And then I'm gonna explain this first, then I want you guys to do it. So this is important. Your fists are getting driven into the floor, and your tailbone is getting driven into the floor. So fists and tailbone. Fists and tailbone getting driven into the floor. And after that, we're gonna do another exercise. I'm gonna explain this to you, then I want you to do it. And this is for the spine. So I'm gonna put my arms overhead, all right? And I'm gonna drive my fists into the floor, okay? At the same time, I'm gonna drive my tailbone into the floor. So fist, tailbone at the same time. We're creating a little bit of an isometric here. Now, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna peel my spine up off the ground and create like a bowing effect here. And then really try to access that upper back, even lower back, the whole spine, and get as much extension as I can for a duration of time. We don't start at max effort, but we're gonna get close to it. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a progressive ramp, and we're gonna hold it. So for example, you drive your fists into the floor, you drive your tailbone into the floor, and then you lift everything up. Once you get that lift, then we do 10% of a ramp. Then we do 20%, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, and we hold it, okay, for a 25-second count. Now it's gonna take us like about 25 seconds to get to 60, and then 25 seconds at 60, we're gonna hold it, and then we're gonna relax. So I'm gonna time us for 50 seconds, then we're gonna do the progressive ramp together. So go here. Before you do anything, drive your fists into the floor, tailbone into the floor. Lift off your chest and your sternum, get access to those upper back muscles. Now give me 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and hold. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, relax. Now, the next movement we're gonna do is gonna be all for the shoulder. Elevation and depression. For external rotation, you're gonna need 2 blocks. However, if you don't have access to blocks, you can grab 2 books. But invest in some blocks because they're gonna come in handy. And I'm gonna explain this first, and I want you guys to do it. So some people might be extremely limited in internal rotation, and if that's the case, you are certainly welcome to do it like this, okay? However, if you're not that restricted, then you can put 2 blocks. One block is for your elbow, the other block is for your wrist. I'm going to turn my body slightly away from this, and then get into this position. Put your hand under your forehead, so your neck is not like this, you're in a comfortable position. Now this is position number 1. Position number 2 is this. This is going to challenge that tissue a little bit further because you're a little bit deeper into the stretch, or you can do this, whatever range of motion you have access to. We're gonna spend time here. We're gonna spend 2 minutes here. Then we're gonna do a pails and rail. Pails is essentially you trying to drive this down, but because this is here, you're only able to isometrically load the connective tissue on the anterior and the front side of your shoulder. And it's a slow, gradual buildup. So we start at 10%, we slowly rise to 40%, and we hold it for 45 seconds. After that, rails is you trying to actively lift this off this guy. Because you're at your end range, you might be able to lift 0.5 millimeter, and that's okay. Because the important thing is not the lift, it's the effort that goes behind the lift and the tissues that are getting involved in that effort. So that's what you need to pay attention to. I'm gonna time us for 2 minutes, and then we're gonna do the pales and rails. 40% for 45 seconds. Throughout this 2-minute stretch, what you wanna do is to breathe in for 4 seconds, breathe out for 8. You want to completely relax the body in this stretch. You got 75 seconds left in the stretch. Usually if you want to do this for multiple sets, and you should do it sometimes for multiple sets, the thing is you don't have to hold a 2-minute stretch in the second set. It's only the first set that we hold this 2-minute stretch. Just for your nervous system to be calmed down when you're trying to apply load in this end range position. 45 seconds left. All right, let's go 10% driving down into the block. Drive it into 20%. Let's go to 30%. Let's go to 40. And let's hold it. Ten more seconds, guys. Switch to rails. Whew, this is going to be spicy. See, I can't even lift it off here, but I'm feeling it. 40%, 40 seconds. Oh, shit. This is hard. Keep going. 20 more seconds, guys. Oh, yeah. 10 more seconds. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. And relax. Okay. Now, if some of you guys were cramping, you're not at 40%. Decrease it. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to reduce the height of this block. Okay. And then do some passive range liftoffs. Now, if you were here, you can do here, or you can just do the passive range liftoffs from the ground. I'm going to reduce this here. Passive range liftoff is I create tension everywhere. I lift this off, try to find my end, fight for some more. Let's do 8 reps, okay? So create some tension, lift, and parachute down. Let's go 1. This is 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hallelujah. Let's go. Other side. Other side might feel a little bit differently than one side, and it's fine. Maybe you need to decrease the block on one side. Maybe you can increase the block on one side. Doesn't really matter. What matters is the training stimulus. Also, it'll show you where you have a deficit. Maybe on one shoulder you can do this, on the other shoulder you can do that. Then it's time to maybe pay a little bit more attention to this. Do multiple sets on this shoulder. Position yourself and then allow yourself to just go down. Remember, guys, we don't want pain, okay? We want difficulty, but we don't necessarily want pain. So if a position is painful for you, decrease that position, decrease the intensity. And you might like go in this position and stretch out, and it might be a very intense stretch, but this is precisely why we hold a 2-minute stretch, right? Because then you have the opportunity to calm down when you are in that position and to allow the tissues to calm down. So we breathe in for 4 seconds. Do it for 3 breaths with me, okay? Let's breathe in for 4 seconds. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out. Let's go again. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 more seconds, guys. Then we're going to start. Okay, let's go 10%. Drive into the block, trying to create internal rotation. Let's go 20%. Let's go 30%. Let's go 40%. I'm going to maintain that. "30 seconds to go almost. "12 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep squeezing. Try to lift 40% of your effort. I'm getting close to a cramp here because this is really close to my end range. So I'm decreasing it. Maybe I'm at 20% right now. Myself. 40% if you're cramping, decrease it, but maintain it. Maintain that tension. 20 more seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And breathe. Yeah, this one sucks if you do it right. Now, decrease this guy. Create some tension everywhere. We're going to do 8 solid passive range liftoffs. Create tension. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you have it. Week 2 of 6 of Unlock Your Shoulders, where I am teaching your spine, your shoulder blades, and your shoulders how to, first and foremost, work independent of each other and learn how to work with each other, teaching you what it feels like when they work together, when they work in independence. So your body has more options to move freely when you're doing upper body stuff. You can do this routine this week 3 or 4 times, okay? And if you need to stay in it another week, by all means. If you saw, for example, one side external rotation really sucks compared to the other one, stay in this for another week and just work on that a little bit more. Give that other shoulder a little bit more volume. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it filming it for you. And if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with someone who desperately needs it. Until week 3, which is going to drop next week, somewhere around the weekend, so Friday to Sunday. See you later, and stay supple.